Welcome to Mama Cat's Home. Today I'm going to be sharing some more things about prepping or just homesteading, or maybe about just being a homemaker, because all of these things are important for all of those situations, or anything in life whenever you don't want to have to pay someone else to do things for you, or you don't have time for that, maybe you don't have money for that, or you just want to learn the skills yourself. Some things are about fun that I'm going to talk about today, and some are about actual things that I think are fun to me, but also necessity. So I'm going to get started with one of the fun things, and I only have one example of this because I did not bring any more examples out of our closet where we keep them, because there's no point, which you don't even know what I'm talking about yet, but I had these at my desk because they're adorable and they're mine, and I play solitaire with them. But little playing cards, and yes, these are tiny. See that they are tiny, but I can play solitaire with them, and it's a full deck of cards. It's so fun, and they're just tiny. So keep things like cards. This is the fun thing, the big fun thing, or whatever. Cards, board games, different card games like Rook. Not Sorry, that's a board game, but we do have a travel Sorry, I believe, and a travel Monopoly that are both cards. But keep things like that around for in case we are stuck at home again, and oh, please focus, there you go. We're stuck at home again and we don't want to sit and watch TV all day, or that's bad for you. Sitting and looking at the computer all day is bad for you. Sitting and playing on your phone or a gaming system. Even though my family, I can tell you right now, we're not like most families. Me, my husband, and our children game. We play games. We don't have any problems with it, and they have not ever caused problems in our lives because we always have limits, and we taught our children how to do that as well. So I'm not against games. I know a lot of people are, or gaming systems. So I don't poo-poo on them, so it's fine. But anyway, have things like this. This right here I could throw in my pocket if I had one. This dress doesn't have any pockets, and yes, I'm wearing this dress again. But remember, I have two, and it's so comfortable. I don't even remember the last time I wore it, but I think it was last week. So it's been a week. But anyway, board games, card games, things like that. Now I'm going to go to a few books just so I can get them out of the way before I talk to you about a couple more things. Now, I'm not saying this book in particular, but things like this. Like this is Uncommon Uses for Common Household Products. It's all kinds of stuff. Like keeping an inner tube, tile for leaky pipe, let slipping rugs lie. In other words, like keeping your rug from moving. This is a silly one, but it's also got good ideas. Salt shakers, different ways to use salt shakers. To sprinkle fertilizer on little tender seedlings and stuff like that. And I'm sorry, my washer's going. I don't know if I said that either, but also put flour in it for a quick dusting of your pans when you're baking, making cinnamon toast, have some cinnamon sugar. But different things that you can use, uncommon uses for common household products. There's a lot of different types of books like this, and we may not have a way to get to the internet to find that way to get that cool little idea. So that book is one something like that I would recommend. This is another one. It's kind of funny. It's it's Yankee magazines. Vinegar, duct tape, milk jugs, and more. 1,001 ingenious ways to use common household items to repair, restore, revive, replace just about everything in your life. So it's just a fun book that teaches you, and this one has pictures. It teaches you different ways to do different things. And most of the time we go to Google have these around, and you don't always have to run to Google. Plus, sometimes it's easier because I'm banging on the desk. I'm so sorry. You can go to the index and, or is this the index? I don't know if this part is the index on here, because that might have been a glossary. No, it was the index. Yeah. You can go to the index and find all kinds of different things. And it's just a fun thing to have. Now, I don't know. I got both of these books from either a used bookstore or might have been thrift books. Having that book up there makes me look at the difference. Why does the lighting change so much? But it's not the lighting, it's the camera, because it automatically changes. Anyway, look at thrift stores, Goodwills, different places like that to find that kind of books. Or like thriftbooks.com, I go there a lot. I think that I have a link to that in my link tree, but I'm not sure. But I do buy books from there. But Backyard Homesteading is another one. Because all we have is our yard, which is very small, I thought that this book would help us. And it is a good book. Some of the stuff that's in here we can't have. Like, I think it's got something about goats. But it's got about bees, too, which we could have bees. But it's about, like, pigs and stuff like that, and cows. We can't have those. Because, one, it would be inhumane to have a large animal on the little bit of property we have. It would just be wrong. And it's illegal. It'd be wrong a couple ways. But this kind of book, it has different things about canning and, like, it's got making fruit leather, how to make sausage, preparing butters, jams, jellies, marmalades, different ways to cook those kind of things. Teaches you how to use a pressure canner, which is hard to find right now, but if you have one. It teaches you about beekeeping, about eggs. I mean, not eggs, but chickens. Well, eggs too. But chickens and all these fun things. So this one is a really good one if you just have a small area to have for your homestead. That is a good one. It does have something about raising goats. I thought it did. I don't remember if I got this from Tractor Supply or if I got it from, it may have been Amazon or Thrift Books. Not sure, but it was in really great condition, so I'm wondering. Which all of these are so far. I mean, there's a couple of old ones here. One that I've had for like 20-something years. One of the books that I'm going to show you. And this one is The Ultimate Guide to Homesteading, an Encyclopedia of Independent Living. And it has a lot of different things that it can teach you about buying land, water purification, logging, homeschooling, which we did that, but we're done because our baby is 20 and she finished a few years ago. Canning, choosing breeds, nomadic shelters, seed storage, pottery, sewing, and other lost arts. Now, seriously, I'm going to talk to you guys about sewing, but these types of things are just awesome for those kinds of ideas that you might not be able to find other places. But this one has, like, this one is the one with a glossary and the index. It's got the index back there too, but it teaches you a lot of awesome things, how to knit, and any knitting or crocheting I had to teach myself. It even teaches you how to tan dry leather and things, and tan the hide and stuff like that. Teaches you about making different things and just fun, good stuff. And even if you can't do all of these things, it's a good book to have, because one day I hope to be able to do many of those things. I'm putting it down there with the others because I want to make a stack so I can have this area that you can't see better. Okay, now this one is a book. I think I got it from Thrift Books, and it's called The Green Pharmacy. It's by James A. Duke, and it's got a lot of information about different plants that a lot of people think are weeds, or that people actually grow, like herbs and things like that. But it's about different things. Teaches you, like this right here is green pharmacy for a backache. Red pepper. And I'll just read you a tiny bit. Red pepper contains a marvelous pain-relieving chemical, capsaicin, that is so potent that a tiny amount provides the active ingredient in some powerful pharmaceutical topical analgesics. One product, Zostrix, which is one that they're talking about, contains only 0.025% of capsaicin. So, I mean, whoa, I almost ran over myself with a book. It tells you like a lot of different things, like emphysema or gingivitis or oh, I read this one before. I need to read it again. I need a refresher. Hypothyroidism, which is something I deal with daily. And I need to read that again. And there's not much here. It's only like 2 pages. But honestly, I think I need to read it again. Just for a refresher. I read it when I first got it. I eat these books. But I don't really literally eat them. I'm like, no. I don't actually do that. But I do, like, digest them, I guess you could say. Okay, and this one is the book that I have had for over 20 years, maybe 20, I don't know. I got it from a bookstore, or somebody might have given it to me, but it was $15 whenever that it was bought one time. But I know I didn't pay that for it. I think someone either gave it to me, or it was at a yard sale or something. This is from 1976, so it's a year older than me. It's a 44-year-old book. I don't mind telling you how old I am. I don't care. I mean, you know, age is just an age. So it tells you a lot of different things, like necessities of sewing, the patterns, fabrics, and cutting, portfolios of fitting methods, construction basics like hand and machine stitches, seams, darts, tucks, all that stuff that I really don't know the terms, but I know how to do because of this book. But it teaches you a lot of different things about different tools that you might possibly need, about different parts of a sewing machine, which, yes, now a lot of things are electronic. This book is outdated, but you can still learn a lot because the basics of the machine is still the same, but the electronic part is different. I still have some old machines. A couple, I think 2 of them still actually work. One probably needs a little work, but it teaches you about threading the bobbin and the different types of stitches and different types of fabrics of what you should use them for, and how to do things with patterns and change patterns if you need to make it a little smaller or larger or things like that. But this is a book that is really indispensable, I guess would be the word. It is very important to have in your arsenal of books in your library. I guess I could say. I've got some fuzz I thought was on me, but there's nothing there. Now I'm going to show you something that I have recently, what is the word? Upgraded. I haven't actually done it yet. Now this right here is my sewing box. I've had this for 20 some odd years, and at this point in time right now, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? It's beautiful. But I'm going to pull a few things out of here just to show you things that you might need, and some things that you could possibly want to have in your stockpile of things, and just tell you a little bit about them. Now, I do plan on changing this up and making it better, but I haven't done it yet with the new one. I'm going to show you the new one as well. But I want to pull these things out. See, I know where they're at. I have a, chaos, controlled chaos situation here. It's kind of okay. I understand it, but I'm going to fix it. Anyway, I'm going to show you a few of these things, and then I'm going to move on to the other part I'm going to show you. Okay, so that's my sewing box. I have updated it to a brand new, beautiful one. And I'm going to go through that one, and I'm probably still going to keep that one because I bought that from like Walmart 20 something years ago, and it's still functional. I just need to fix it. And whenever I did get my new one, I did get some new toys that I will share with those with you as well. But let's just go on to this. Some things that you need to keep. Now, I have several of these. I've got 2 in that box. I've got 1 under the sink in my bathroom because you never know when you might need to fix a button or something while you're sitting on the toilet. I've done it. I have seriously sat and I wasn't using the toilet, but I sat on the toilet to fix a button because I just grabbed that sewing kit. That's just how it happened. I wasn't doing anything except sewing. But anyway, these little things. Now, let me show you this right here. This little orange pair of scissors. Those right there. They're garbage. Garbage. So what you want to do is get you a good pair. These were like $1 on eBay, and they are fantabulous. I use them for my planning, but I have other ones as well. But just, they're in my crochet stuff, which I'm not showing you that today. I may show you one day, but everything I've learned from crocheting and knitting, I've learned myself mostly. So anyways, this is a good item to have around, is a little sewing kit. There's 2 pair of scissors in that one. I don't know why. There's a little white, oh, come back here, thread. A little white pair and an orange pair. And you can see that thing doesn't even want to open properly. It gets stuck. It works though. It's fine. Also, I have like little thimbles. That's not for a thumb, I don't think. Put it on my pinky maybe. I actually stab this finger, my pointer or index finger, more than any. Don't ask me why. I don't know why. But I do it. Now I've gotten those scissors in there all wonky. I'll fix that later. It can sit there. Another thing you might want is some, this is the satin blanket binding for anything. Like if you don't know how to sew a good hem, you could throw some binding on a dress and it'd be cute or something. I mean, I used this for my daughter's cape that I made her. And yes, she wanted a cloak, not a cape. It's a cloak, like medieval times cloak. And no, she didn't want it for a costume. She wanted it to wear. So I made her a cloak. That was a long time ago. Another thing you might want is elastic. Now this elastic I bought from Goodwill. And elastic does have a shelf life. That's a long shelf life, but it does have a shelf life because it does have some, I think they're man-made materials. Like the actual elastic part, the stretchy part, it will go out on you. You know, like if you wear your favorite skirt forever and then one day you start to put it on and it goes and you find that, oh, my elastic just went. And it's not that the skirt is too small for you, it's just that the elastic wears out and then the skirt falls off of you. Ask me how I know. It's happened. Another thing you might want to keep are zippers, because that was all kind of fabric stuff coming off that. Zippers, you never know when you might need to make a dress, or like this one I got on clearance, or you might want to make you a new little bag for your books. I don't know. But I like to have zippers around. Another one would be a fabric tape. And I've got this one tied up with a little bit of elastic that I had extra elastic just sitting there and I didn't want to throw it out. So I thought, oh, that'll work. So I just put it around that. And I have a metal thimble as well. And another thing, which I didn't take out the thing because it's in my other sewing stuff. Yes, I have other sewing stuff. And I knew I had a few of these in this little tray here. Buttons. Keep buttons around. You never know when you might need one. Still don't understand why this nail is in here. But who knows? I don't know. This is a ginormous needle. It's an upholstery needle. And I'm going to hold it like that and see if I can get it around there so you guys can see what it is. See, it's a sewing needle, but it's ginormous. Another thing, I have screws in here too. Why? I don't know. Screws. Another thing, this right here came from Harbor Freights a long time ago. That was smart. And as you can see, the only thing that falls out are the non-metal things, like, you know, buttons. Button fell on the floor, I'll get it. But it's a magnet. There's just fibers everywhere. Anyway, it's a great tool to have when you're sewing, and I put all of my straight pins in there and a few little needles, and there's a few more things in there. It's an awesome tool to have. I'll look for that button next week. No, I'll find it in a few minutes, like after I'm done. Another thing you're going to want to have, which I don't have my other ones here, but you'll understand what I'm talking about. I have 3 pairs of fabric scissors. No, actually, I have more than that. But 3 that are only for fabric, and, well, the other is for yarn. So, yeah, it's just a small set of scissors I use for yarn and embroidery floss and things like that. I do not know how to embroider. I wish I did. I'm going to try to learn. That book has something about that, too. These are Peking Shears. Is that the right word? Yeah. Okay, it's on there. These are Peking Shears, and I love them. They have a groove here, like, let's see. They don't cut straight. I don't remember exactly at this point in time why that they cut that way, but I find that if I have these when I'm cutting cloth, it feels like I have more control sometimes. I don't know why. I cannot think of why you need Peking Shears. Let's find out. Like the technical reason, I can't think of why. Let's find out the technical reason. I'm sure it's in here. Pillows. How? Oh, no. It's not. Yes, it is. Page 9. I was like, what? Page 9. Peking shears or scalloping, no, Peking shears, cut zigzag, ravel resistant. That's what it was. It won't ravel as easily. And ravel resistant edge, excellent for finishing seams and raw edges on many types of fabric. Also for decorative use, should not be used to cut out a pattern. I do it though. I do cut out patterns, certain ones with it. Usually it's just the hem parts, like the bottom of a dress or whatever, but that's what it's good for, is like whenever you're gonna flip that up and sew that, it won't ravel as easily. But anyways, that's what they're for, so things won't unravel. And they're a little bit longer on one of the little blades is longer. Mine are not broken. That is how that mine came. I have had these for 15 or so years. Never had them sharpened. They work perfectly still. They're great. I love them. Got them from Walmart. They're Fiskars brand. If you are wanting to find you some. I don't remember how much they cost, but there you go. They're soft grip too. Okay, now this is the new box. And I did get some new things, and I'm going to share a couple of those things with you to share what I'm talking about, because this is just easier. Another thing you need is sewing needles, okay? Different size needles for different projects. If you are getting older and your eyes are not as great as they used to be, like mine, and you don't want to wear reading glasses all the time, a needle threader would be great. This one is a flimsy one. It's not the best, but it works. And if you would like for me to show you how to use some of this stuff, I can try to do that. Okay, another thing you need, I have one of these in my sewing machine little compartment, but I wanted one for my sewing box, because the one I used to have for my sewing box, the handle broke. It was like a cheapo. I had it forever and the handle broke, and once the handle breaks, it's very hard to use. This one, I have one like this in my sewing box. I've never had a problem with it. I've had it for years. Okay, another thing you're going to want is safety pins. Different sizes. You don't need all the same size all the time. I'm going to see if I can open this and not dump them everywhere. Let's see if we can get this task done. And still, whoop, that scared me. And still show you. It scared me a little bit. But this is something that's very important. If you don't know how to sew, but your pants pop a button, one of these or something, I don't know, that'd be a great thing. Okay, thread, that's another thing. Mostly what I keep is white and black thread, because that's mostly what you can, you know, get by with. And I have a lot of it. And this is polyester. This one is polyester as well, and it is a bigger thing. But I also keep nylon thread, and I wish, well, maybe I can show you. Now, the nylon thread, if I can grab it, I can show you this. Okay, you see that, where did it go? It went onto my finger. My hands look awful because they're very dry, and I'm very sorry. I lotion them, but it does no good. All right, if you see that on the end, please focus. There's multiple threads, and they're wound together to make this one. Okay, that is really some tough thread. And if you know your Bible, you know this is a three strand cord. Anyway, it talks about a 3-strand cord is stronger than one or something. I don't know. I'll try to remember and put the verse up for you. And thread, that was loud. Thread that is wound together is much stronger than other threads. And I do want to find some more. Why is that one, for some reason now it won't, it's like it's not the right length to go onto that little doodad. And if you didn't know, there's a little cut there to hold your threads. Okay, and you can get this from Walmart. Now this is another one. It's nylon thread, but it's transparent. So transparent I can't get it loose. No, just joking. I can, maybe. I can't get that out of there though. There we go. I got it out with my teeth. It looks like it's black, but it's like a gray. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. It almost looks like, come on, get over there with my hand. Okay, you're not going to be able to see that. Anyway, maybe it's better that way. I'm still not seeing it. Try that, maybe. There, now you can see it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm trying to show you. But this is also nylon thread. Very tough thread. Very strong. Okay, and then there's this transparent nylon thread as well. Now, both of these are transparent, and they're both the same exact brand, same exact length, everything, but they're 2 different colors. Don't know why. So, that, and I did pick this up while I was at Walmart because it's got all different colors, lots of different types of colors. They're just fun. So I did pick that up while I was there just to have on hand because I don't have a lot of different colors. So the last thing that I'm going to show you, I think it's the last thing, but the last thing I'm going to show you is this. Now, I've shown you thread, all sorts of different types. But here's something else you can get, and I did happen to get this on clearance, and I would not think that most seamstresses would actually go to where I went to get it. It was on clearance for 45 cents, and it is 4-pound test monofilament line. It is fishing line. and it's normally like $1 and something each. So it's 100 yards. That's what I was trying to figure out by pulling the price sticker off. It's 100 yards of it, and I've got 4 of them because it was only 45 cents. It was like less than half price, so I grabbed 4. So this, if you can see that, it's almost the same thing as what that transparent thread is, and if something happens, you can sew something up. Now I'm going to tell you about something that might be a little gross. It's kind of a little gross. Okay, we had a dog once years ago that got injured by another dog that we don't even know where it came from. Well, anyway, the dog ended up having to have stitches, and then the dog pulled the stitches out. And where we lived at the time, the veterinarian wasn't open, so they told us to sew it up with fishing line. So me and my husband sewed our dog, her injury, with fishing line, but it stayed. She didn't tear it out again. She healed perfectly fine, no problems at all. It was the most traumatic thing I had been through with an animal, but it was awful. It was so awful because, you know, while we were sewing her up, it hurt because she was injured. But that's something you can use this for, and it won't rot. It won't, like, it doesn't stretch, and it can be cut and removed. The fishing line can. So that's something you might want to have in your preps. So that is all that I have, I think, today. That's pretty long amount, a pretty big amount of stuff that I've talked about. That's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you enjoy this type of video, please let me know, because I have lots of different ideas that I could share with you. There's still some things that I have in the works that I'm trying to get filmed, because I have so many things that I do want to share with you guys that has to do with preparedness and things like that. So I'm gonna go for now. If you like my channel, go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I upload. That way, whenever I do put new videos out, you can know immediately. At least I hope that it works. And if you have any questions, any thoughts, if you have any ideas of things that I did not name, go ahead and let me know. I'll let you know if I already have it, or maybe might go get it. I don't know. We'll see. But I love whenever people share their ideas, because you may know about something that I don't know about, or you may know about something that another viewer may not know about. And I know myself, I look at the comments whenever there's a video like this to find out what everyone is saying to each other. Yes, sometimes it's some mean stuff. Sometimes it's some stuff because they think preppers are crazy. But I don't mind being crazy. So leave some comments down below of things that you enjoy, things that you know about that maybe I don't, or maybe someone else doesn't. So yeah, like I said, subscribe, hit the bell, like this video if you like it, share it with your friends if you think they would enjoy it, and remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.